This is a channeled message in light language activation. If you found this message, you were meant to. What container are you stepping out of as we speak? What process have you outgrown and have already started leaving behind that you haven't allowed yourself to fully see, that you haven't allowed yourself to fully recognize? Take just a moment and look at the trail behind you. See what you've just crossed over. You may notice that somewhere back in the distance, there was a fork in the road, and you went the way that you felt was right. And that split is you veering away from an old version of yourself that you have outgrown. We've talked quite a bit before about how the time for waiting is coming to an end. The time for waiting for that struggle to come to a close. There can be a tendency to want to know and feel that you're perfectly on the path. But you're constantly making minor course corrections all the time. And sometimes you make a big change. So we'll ask again, what are you leaving behind? Because as you gain clarity on what you are leaving behind, you will actually see what's in front of you. You don't need to wait to heal. This light language at this moment is helping you all to release any residue of old pain from the last time you took a fork in the road and it may not have worked out. What is your body telling you right now about the path that you are on? It's not a race, but it doesn't have to move slowly. It might surprise you to look back and see that you've actually been learning and growing, changing and shifting things in your life at a very fast pace. Yeah, but in some way, shape, or form, you cast a net into the water in your life in some way. And that net's been down there for quite a while. And when you pull it up, you're going to find that it's filled with a fresh catch. That you are hauling something on board your vessel, on board your boat, figuratively speaking, that will feed you for years to come. Because you didn't come all this way, you didn't go on such a deep journey to walk away empty-handed. This new wave of energies that are aligning with your planet at this time and feeding into your planet's core are causing a collective mass activation of the solar plexus. And this triggers two different things to happen. It's going to trigger a release of some very old stored pain from a long ago past lifetime. And it also opens up your solar plexus to fully receive. This is the area that is traditionally associated with will and action and forward movement. But consider what occurs when your solar plexus, the center of will, opens up to receive, when it also becomes a receptor site for new information and for healing. Very simply, what this means is that when your solar plexus area opens up to fully receive, it means you are no longer operating just from your own personal will and your personal strength, that you have the oomph and the power of collective energies to help amplify your personal cause. It's the energy of supported empowerment, which is altogether different than the energy of independent will and force. Supported empowerment does not need to force anything because it knows that its intentions, that its purpose is being reinforced, that is being supported. Supported and amplified in bigger, broader, and more obvious ways in your life. What is your deepest dream? What is your heart's desire? You don't need to have a perfect answer to this question. You don't need to have the right words or a great story to explain it to yourself. It's okay if it's no more than a feeling. What happens when you can release the notion that you need to create this thing on your own? You deserve to be known, heard, and fully received. You don't need to see the whole path in front of you clearly in order to know that you're clearly moving in exactly the right direction. Though that journey may involve 1,000 steps, there are certain points of emphasis where something is highlighted in your experience, where you have a key moment, a major breakthrough. A period where you experienced very directly that something notable changed and actually moved in the direction that you intended. So we'll go back to what we said in the beginning. Take a moment and look at the path you have just walked over that's behind you and see what you've left behind. See the situation, see the habits, see the old way of thinking, see the fear that you left behind, and see the experiences that you wanted to be done with. Now, in your mind's eye, turn back around and face forward. And see where you're going through the eyes of your whole self, not simply your physical self, not just through the brain, but through your whole self. And feel that old pain leave your nervous system. Feel it leave your solar plexus. And if you are willing, note one way in which you feel yourself being helped from behind, being pushed and propelled from behind in a highly supportive way, in some specific way in your life. You have found the solution to a big problem you've been working to solve, but the mind has not quite caught up to it yet. Now feel that the shift, the major shift you are creating, is in one way already done. When there's pain and trauma in the human nervous system, it can take a moment before your body fully computes the shift in your reality that you've just stepped into. Yeah. So let yourself be helped. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Yeah, kashia, magadia, bagadaka, kashia, bagadaka, mongadaka, sha, ya, gaya, bagadaka, sha, way, akashia, bagadaka, shibagadia, bagadaka, shibaka, paposhia, bagadia, bagadaka, sha, shibagadia, bagadaka, yakacha, bagadaka,